Everyone talks about AI as if it lives in the cloud. Invisible, weightless, infinite. It doesn't. Behind every AI response, every image generated, every model trained, sits a building the size of a warehouse, drawing power like a small city, running water around the clock to stop itself from melting. AI is not software floating in space. It is a physical machine, and physical machines have limits. The energy problem. Training a single large AI model can consume as much energy as hundreds of homes use in a year. That's not the alarming part. The alarming part is that training is a one-time cost. Every query, every time someone asks AI a question, requires energy to answer. Multiply that by hundreds of millions of users, thousands of times a day. The International Energy Agency projected in 2025 that by 2030, US data centers will consume more electricity than all of America's steel, aluminum, cement, and chemicals manufacturing combined. Let that settle. The machines answering your questions will outweigh entire industrial economies. The demand is now so large that tech companies are cutting deals with nuclear power plants just to keep the lights on. Not because they care about the planet, because the electricity grid simply cannot keep up. The water problem. Electricity generates heat. Heat destroys hardware, so data centers are cooled with water. A large facility can consume millions of liters every single day. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all have faced pressure from local governments over water usage in drought-prone regions. You are not just asking AI a question, you are asking it to drink. The chip problem. Now the constraint most people miss entirely. AI runs on specialized chips, GPUs. The most advanced ones are designed by a handful of companies and manufactured almost exclusively in one place, Taiwan. One island, one point of failure. The machines used to produce these chips cost hundreds of millions of dollars each, and only a few dozen exist worldwide. You cannot simply build more overnight. This is why AI capability isn't purely a software race. It is a hardware race, constrained by geography, manufacturing capacity, and physics. The incentive layer. Here is where it gets interesting. The companies building AI have every incentive to make it sound limitless. Limitless attracts investment. Limitless attracts users. But the infrastructure required to run this technology is finite, expensive, and unevenly distributed. In 2025, 5 large tech companies spent over $400 billion on data center infrastructure and planned to increase that by 75% the following year. That is not the behavior of an industry building a product. That is the behavior of an industry building a new kind of geography. The countries and companies that control the energy, the water, and the chips control the AI economy, not the ones writing the best code. AI is not magic. It is industry. It burns fuel. It drinks water. It depends on a supply chain concentrated in a few square miles of the Pacific. The intelligence is real. The limits are more real. Nothing is random. Nothing is neutral. Read the fine print.